new business model is going to be created out of this, right? So there's going to be new business model. People are going to start thinking of new ways to start creating businesses. People are going to start thinking about new ways to create wealth, to start new businesses, because there's going to be a gap, right? The gap is many businesses are going to be closed permanently, and because of because of these businesses are going to be closed permanently, new businesses, new entrepreneurs now will have to step up and create new businesses, so that way they can balance out the equilibrium in the economy. Because as businesses go down, consumers will look for other ways to start buying product, and with all these retail giants such as the Amazons and the e-commerce giants such as Walmart and so on. So there's going to be a need. There's going to be an opening for entrepreneurs to